All right, we got another batch of 10 photos to edit here, so let's get to it. Just cleaning up this. And then Bruce here. Got some drops that landed, so it's okay. Okay. Save that and move on to the next one. Got a lot to do, so just trying to work our way through all these here as quickly as we can, but also, not rushing so fast that we're missing things, but the edits are pretty straightforward, pretty simple. It's just a matter of doing them. These are the kind of edits that, AI is great and I love what they can do, but there's a time and place. These kind of edits are not what AI can do. All in the details. I guess I should say it's not what AI can do yet, right? I mean, who knows what the future holds? We had thought AI could do things even 10, 20 years ago, like when I first started using Photoshop version 4. And I mean, it was powerful, but it couldn't do half the stuff that it can do now. So it is exciting to see what sort of stuff it can do. It'll be able to do in the future, that's for sure. Save, next. So I realized that I'm not using a lot of these layers, and I could just delete them if I wanted to. But then that gets to be a time thing of just deleting them. I could have not had the action create them, but again, it becomes a time thing where I will reuse that action across a lot of different shoots, and so I try to have it be something that's universal. And I'm okay with a few extra layers here and there that I might not use for this shot, but they're there in case I do need to use them. If there's a time where the client comes back, it's like, oh, we want this for print use or something like that, and I look at it and I realize that I do need to come in here and clean up the skin a little bit more. I need to do that. Well, I've already got all that stuff in there ready to go, and that definitely has happened before. That's not a hypothetical scenario. That is something that has happened, and I've been very thankful to have all that stuff in there. So it does add a little bit of file size, but not enough to make it significant. Maybe a few extra 100 megs, which does add up. It does add up, obviously, but also that's one of those things where there's not really a right or wrong. It's a decision you're willing to make, and if you're willing to accept that it's going to result in some larger file sizes, it's just kind of one of those things that, okay, you'll just have to make sure you get some extra storage or clear those off. There's been times where I will go back and I'll just delete the TIFF files if I need to, for really old stuff. I'm not going to re-edit them or anything like that. Or if I do re-edit them, then, I've learned new techniques. We're all learning new things all the time. And if it's something that, photo that I shot a long time ago, and my process was very different back then. So it's okay. In my mind, it's okay to delete that edit because I wouldn't be happy with it anyway. Like I wouldn't reuse that edit. I would want to re-edit that at that point. So that's kind of when images hit a shelf life for me, is if it's something where I'm going to go back and re-edit it anyway, then I don't need the raw, or I'm sorry, not the raw. I'm going to keep the camera raw files, but the source files like this TIFF file right here, I'm okay with cleaning that up, getting rid of it, and then recreating it, running it through my new script, any sort of updates, doing edits like we're doing here on that. So for some of these closer ones, I could clean up. I could use the skin heal, see how that looks. So you can see what this looks like a little bit. So before and after, it just kind of smooths just a little bit. I could do that. Pretty minimal. I mean, again, I'm not trying to make significant edits here. I'm trying to keep things pretty natural, but sun's out there. We had sunscreen, but it not the first. Thankfully, I didn't get big burn on this one, but I have been burned, sunburn on shoots before. And I know models I shoot with have unfortunately had similar things with sunburns and such, but all right. So, and sometimes that can be cleaned up in editing, just like we did there with that skin heal, just a little bit, cleaning up a little bit. But all right, so we have this batch saving. I'm going to go ahead. We'll end this video just like we've done before, and then I'll pull in another 10 and see you again when we're ready to edit those.